Alrighty, so if you're a renovator, just copy my $10 million per year revenue content framework. This is the framework that we use for all of our clients as we take them from the multi seven figure mark all the way to the eight figure mark. So for context, I'm Nathan, the founder of Noctis Digital, and we take our clients from around usually the million, $2 million, $3 million mark all the way to the 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 million mark. So that's our process. We don't work with companies smaller, and we usually don't work with companies bigger, but we sometimes stretch both ends. So for context, organic content is much different to paid ads. And our recommendation, and I get asked this a lot, is should I have one or the other? How should I distribute it? And my best recommendation is to do both at once. Because organic content is usually what builds the trust and allows you to convert. And paid ads is what usually allows you to get the attention to be able to build the trust in the first place and then convert. So here are the main styles that we use. So for a start, awareness content. There are lots of buyers that are interested, but they just don't have enough drive, or they haven't seen enough, and they haven't been exposed to enough urgency to take action, either by clicking on an ad, reaching out to you, or even converting. So what you do with awareness and interest content is you build that up. So for example, someone might be on the fence, like, should I renovate, should I not? And because they're on the fence, they haven't reached out to you yet, so you haven't gotten the lead. So with awareness and interest content, you kind of bring them over the line and you get them with one foot in. So example could be just saying, hey, for example, your bathroom might be in need of a rework, a remodel, or a renovation. Here's why. So it creates the awareness for them to take action in the first place. Number 2, social proof. So this is really, really important. It's what creates the backbone of every single company, right? You can be as good of a salesman as you can and just be so amazing at talking, but if you have no social proof, you cannot convert. So in social proof, what clients want to see is has this company done what I've wanted to, that has done what I've wanted to do for someone else similar to me? And how did that turn out? What did they say? What did they look like? What did the whole process feel like? That's what we want to see, and that's what we want our clients to post, which is case studies, reviews, clients. Ideally, you want to see the faces of the clients, their authentic review, the behind the scenes. How did they go from before to the after? What was the process? What did the client feel like? What were they most scared about, and how did you overcome them? Because a lot of the time, for these case studies and social proof videos and content, it resonates not with you, because obviously you're the one selling it, but it resonates with your prospects, and they love that. And usually, social proof is the biggest lever of content that actually converts the client from a prospect to an actual closed deal. So number 3 is authority and education. So this is really, really important as well, because think about it. If you're a doctor, to be able to be seen as a doctor, you have to provide your expert insights. That could be tips and tricks, can be education about the whole process. So that can be top 5 things I've seen. That can also be you reacting to fails or giving your opinion on things, and that's showing that authority and credibility that you have. The more you're able to establish that credibility and authority, and that you're higher than your prospects, obviously, because they have the problem and you have the solution, the more you're able to charge, the more you're able to command, then the more you're able to lead. And what people want when they have a problem is for you to lead, right? So that's you leading, right? Leading here while having trust, right? So all of these add up together ultimately. So number 4 is trust content. So it's a very, very similar to awareness in the previous one, but trust a lot of the time focuses on raw behind the scenes content. And it's really, really counterintuitive. A lot of these companies, they like to talk about how polished they are, how professional they are. They only like to show the good side. But obviously all leads know, right? Whatever content a company posts, it'll all be good stuff. It'll never be bad stuff. So the goal of trust content is obviously to not post negative reviews and negative stuff, but it's to show the raw, authentic behind the scenes of your processes. So, for example, your team, instead of them giving a very structured interview, you could just say, hey, here's a raw, authentic behind the scenes of what happens. For example, behind the scenes, day in the life, how you do this, how you do that. Come along with me and let's order some materials, or come along with me to interview this. or come along with me to hand over, the finished bathroom, for example. Trust content. And the most counterintuitive thing is this: authentic raw content sells, and overly polished content does not. But you want to have a combination of both. That's the biggest lever you can pull because it's really, really counterintuitive. And the last one is conversion content. This is sort of like an ad, but you're sort of just helping the ad improve it. You're helping the ad convert a little bit more. So it can be talking about new deals, but it's like, okay, you have a problem and you've reached out. I'm giving you more content now, and I'm going to convert you. So this content usually works on leads that have already come through the ad and they're about to close. The more conversion content you send, the more obviously the content is pushing them to close the sale. So these are the 5 types of content that you should be posting on your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere, right? And one big tip that I have for everyone is, if you're posting on Instagram, you might as well post it on Facebook and TikTok. It's the same video. It's an extra 2 seconds, but you get a whole nother platform of reach and a whole nother potential, another ticket to potentially go viral and make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this is my framework. As an addition, this is my framework for creating the 3 pin videos on your Instagram. So usually people like to see 3 main bits when choosing a company. Number 1 is a video about the company. So I like to keep it within 3 minutes. So it's about making the founder look human, raw, authentic, professional, passionate, and have people speak, right? You don't just want to see faces, you want to see people speak. So the framework is this: introducing the company, its mission, highlighting the founding story and why it all started, and basically putting faces to the name, like the founders, but especially more than that, like the team. Who does the behind the scenes? Who does the materials? Who are the suppliers? Who does the plumbing? All of that. And share the why as well. A lot of the people, like everyone says they have the best quality, everyone offers the renovation services, but no one rarely shares the why, the story, the drive. And for a customer or any prospect, they want to see that, because that is what's going to allow them to say, hey, these guys are more passionate about the work, so I believe they'll do a better job for me, and therefore I'm going to pay more. Number 2 is the process and experience. It's pretty straightforward. It's just focus on the process, talk about the materials, your craftsmanship, your thinking, why you did X, why did I choose this material, why did I hire this person, and most importantly, talk about the challenges and authenticity. So same thing with here, which is the trust content. And at the end is a client testimonial. So it's very, very simple, but try and keep it as authentic as possible. Don't make it look too staged, right? Ask open-ended questions. Not, do you like our project? And they go, yes. So talk about timeliness, budget, communication, trustworthiness, and quality. These points and these areas are the points where most objections are around, because most people or most builders are known to screw up in these areas. So the more clarity you provide, the less objections that you'll get. So it's 1, 2, 3, pin these videos and send these videos before any appointments and any closing presentations or just before any quotes, so that you warm them up. And then throughout that whole process, you can give them more of these 5 types of content. So if you need any of these processes, or if you would like us to take care of your content, especially for renovation, roofing businesses, please go to the description below, click on the link and book in a call with me, and we can potentially talk about helping you with sales, marketing, ads, content, anything that grows your business. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Cheers.